Hey there folks, I'm Central Penn Parent Assistant Editor Kurt Pope, once again joined by our craft diva Jamie Mowry.
Hello.
Jamie, thanks for joining us.
Sure.
We're very excited today. Today's the last day of National Kite Month, April, and so we figure instead of going out and buying one of those cheap plastic garbage kites, why not make one, except a good one? So Jamie, do you want to tell us how do we get started?
Sure. Okay, so what you're going to need is string, duct tape, a marker, scissors, a trash bag, some ribbon that we'll use at the end, and 2 dowel rods. I got these for 50 cents each at Joann Fabrics. You can get them at any craft store. So first, you're gonna lay your trash bag out. The first step is to take your scissors and you wanna cut off the string on the trash bag. If your trash bag doesn't have one, then you don't need to do this step, but mine does. So we're just gonna take that part off. Hand Kurt the trash.
Recycle.
All right. So now comes the dowel rods. Now you want to get a pretty thin one. They have all different sizes. You want it to be able to be flexible a little bit because with your kite and the wind, you want it to be flexible. And you want it to be thin enough because we're going to have to cut it. So you're going to lay the one dowel rod out lengthwise on your trash bag. And Kurt, if you could hold that. I'm going to use the marker and just mark where the end of the trash bag is. And then Kurt's going to hold, and I'm going to use my scissors and just cut that. It's going to be a little difficult, so parents, you might need to cut it for them a little tight there. And then we're going to take our second dowel rod, and now this is going to go horizontal. And so we're going to do the same thing, line it up there, use your marker, mark the end of the trash bag. And then Kurt's gonna hold it again, and I'm gonna cut 2 hands. There we go. All right, so now you can see we're going to have a cross. You wanna make sure that the horizontal dowel rod is up a little bit. You don't want it to be in the middle, you want it to be up the shape of the kite. So we're gonna lay that out, and this part, you probably need 2 people to help because you're gonna use some string. And Kurt, if you could hold it for me,
yep.
Kind of hold it up.
Oh, okay. The cross part?
Yeah, the cross.
Oh.
And what I'm going to do to keep the cross together, you need to wrap string around it. So this is why it's kind of hard with doing it alone because you need somebody to hold it. So I'm just going to kind of wrap it around a few times the one way, and then I'll switch it up and wrap it. Yeah, how's the best way to do that? There you go. Teamwork. And then hold it this way and just keep wrapping and wrapping. Just want to make sure it's sturdy, stays together. We will be using duct tape to hold it all together, but this will make sure it stays together too. Then cut it off, and then we'll be tying a knot. So now that we tied the cross, it's sticking together there, we're going to lay it back down on the trash bag. And this is where you're now going to use your duct tape. So I pre-cut some pieces, and Kurt, if you want to help me with those small pieces, we're just gonna place them on top of the dowel rod and onto the trash bag. So we'll hold this up then and show you. So we're just gonna do it on each end of the cross. All right, so when you're done with that step, it should look like this. Okay, now the next step, we're going to fold the trash bag around the cross to make the kite shape. So you want to go to the top of the cross and start folding the trash bag at a diagonal here. And hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Should look like that. And then you're going to take long pieces of duct tape and duct tape it down like that. You're gonna use a good amount of duct tape because we just don't want the kite obviously to come apart when it's up in the air. That would be no fun. So we're just gonna make sure it's pretty sturdy on there and attach it down here as well. All right, so we got done taping and now it looks like this. So what we just did was we folded up each side to make the diagonal, and then we used our duct tape to secure it. And here's the front of the kite. So it's pretty cool. And actually, with the trash bag, your kids could still decorate it with markers, Sharpie markers. I know parents don't really love Sharpies because they don't get out of much, but they'll definitely stay on this kite. They could use fabric even. It's kind of an open palette for this. And kind of a finishing touch is we have some ribbon. This actually came from a birthday gift I received on a gift, so I like to reuse all that kind of stuff. So I'm just going to tie the ribbon onto the bottom of the kite. And this is another place where your kids get creative. They could really do anything they want here. And then if you want to get a spool of string, and if you have like a professional one that you use for kites, I'm sure you can buy anywhere, but this we just got at the craft store. So you'll just want to attach this towards the top slash middle of the kite, just tie it around. And that's going to be the best place to fly, to use it to fly. So we're just going to tie that.
And speaking of which, unfortunately, it's a very rainy week in Harrisburg this week, so we're not going to be able to test it out. I'm sure it's going to work. But be watching for the next month in May. We're going to try, and on a beautiful clear day, we're going to test this out. And we're also going to tell you some tips on how to fly a kite and how to get kids to fly and all that stuff. So be sure to be watching for that. We will prove this will work.
Yes, it will. And it would be great for a summer beach trip to take to the beach and fly it there, because since it was made out of a trash bag and some duct tape and $1 for the dowel rods, you really don't care too much if something happens to it.
Sure, yes.
So it's really just a great project, and as you can see, it took no time at all.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and here it is. Here's the finished product. So again, the kids could decorate, then they can customize whatever they want to do. So, Jamie, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
This was awesome.